Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Supla. I am your temporary host, Carmine Antonelli, and with me, as always, is the normal co-host of the show, Andy Kwan.
I have really bad hiccups. This is probably the main reason why. the main reason why.
And
I haven't done the intro this week. Also, Hellman's mayonnaise. It brings out the best.
What the hell? All right, yeah, sure, why not? And also with us,
mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise.
and also with us today is wrestling pundit editor Keelan Balderson. Or not. Great.
Where the hell is he?
Good job. All right, sweet. Nothing wrong with that. All right.
What the fuck? Where is he?
So we're just gonna move on.
Where's Keelan? Where's Keelan?
It's like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Sweet. So
yeah. Moving on.
I muted my microphone.
yeah.
Yay! It's you this week. Da 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 da. What the fuck?
I
Dang.
wondered why you weren't responding.
Yeah, were you like shouting down the mic?
I was telling you how I jumped out my skin because there was no intro, and then there was just this hello, but you couldn't even hear me anyway.
Oh.
That's just special.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well.
So yeah, I'm just shocked. There's a girl in the chat. There's a girl. Girl.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of things, I don't understand.
For anyone asking why Liam's not here, he's working on a film set right now.
Yes, he's working, and yeah, he can't do the show this week. He might be back in 2 weeks. I don't know. What am I, a fucking fortune teller? I mean, I don't know. So anyway, I have some really, really bad news. I really... Damn it, Carmine! You had one job.
I didn't do that.
Who did that?
It was Keelan.
Oh, damn you, Keelan! So basically, John Cena is returning at Hell in a Cell for a world title shot against Alberto Del Rio.
Makes no sense.
And he's been out rehabbing torn triceps after surgery in August. So, ladies and gentlemen, our worst nightmares have now come true.
He was supposed to be out for 4 to 6 months, and he kicked out at 2. So, why is he getting a world title match? That makes no sense to me. Am I the only one confused by that?
Yeah,
He just lost the WWE.
His
title.
last match was a loss against Daniel Bryan. That makes no sense.
And you'd also think even though I don't want him to come back as the savior, I still think it's odd that they're not even going to address the whole situation. It seems like why just throw him against Del Rio?
It doesn't make any sense. But you know what? Like everyone's saying, "Oh, this is awful. This is like one of the worst things ever." I've been told I'm too much of a pessimist, so I'm going to try and be optimistic with this, which is really, really difficult for me to do because it's John fucking Cena. But at least he's not facing Randy Orton.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was told to be more optimistic about a storyline, we got this awful WWE Championship storyline, which I'm still saying is not good. So.
Are you insane? How is this not good?
It's
like
been
the best thing they've done in fucking years. What's wrong with you?
It's been a huge mess. There was a
Yeah,
month.
I kind of changed my tune. I'm kind of with Carmine at this point. Daniel
It's been
Bryan
nothing
has been
but a
completely-
mess. It's been a straight month of.
I think Raw was good in the fact that Triple H finally got his comeuppance, but it's too little, too late. Daniel Bryan has been screwed like month after month. People have been asking for refunds. They had the lowest rating of the year just before Battleground.
Yeah.
It seems like the fans wanted Daniel Bryan to kind of reach the top, and they've just prolonged it.
I think with the two pay-per-views and people asking for refunds, Night of Champions was just pointless. It's called Night of Champions, and one belt changes hands, and then the next night you're just gonna vacate the belt anyway. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
But the thing is though, like the fucking Battleground, the main event, the event that everyone paid for, of course, ended in a draw. What in the fuck? It's just a waste of time.
It didn't even end properly. There was no official ending. It was just, oh,
Just no contest, bye bye. And it's just like, no. To be honest though, when I watched this pay-per-view, as soon as I saw Big Show, I think I was quite drunk, and I said, fuck this, and I went for a piss. So I missed the ending to the event. But from what I've read, it's like, what the fuck? You can't end a pay-per-view on a fucking draw.
what happened on Raw should have just been what happened, where
Yeah.
Big Show comes and punches Triple H, the person that he's got the heat with. Why do they have to insert him in a pay-per-view main event and just ruin Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan's credibility?
Beats
At
me.
this point, I don't know if people actually want to see Daniel Bryan win the belt now. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. This storyline is just a mess, and it's screwing everything up. No one
But it's
cares
not a
anymore.
mess.
It is a mess.
What
What do you mean it's not a mess?
Pay-per-views have been bad. I mean, the rest of it's been booked fine.
But the pay-per-views are the main point, though. If those are a mess, then the whole thing's a mess in comparison. Like, it was a straight month after SummerSlam of nothing but beatdowns. Then what happens? He wins. Next night, it gets vacated. Then it's just this like 2 weeks of nothing, and then a draw.
Daniel Bryan just hasn't shown the audience that he's actually the man that's gonna get the job done. He's always getting screwed, and he's never had that baby face. You know, Steve Austin. I mean, this is stereotypical, but Steve Austin would come out on top with his, middle finger raised, and everyone would understand what's going on. But Daniel Bryan's just like this. He just goes along with whatever they say. It's like he doesn't even care.
Yeah,
He's been
waited until
screwed 3 times.
he waited until Triple H got knocked out by Big Show, and then he started standing on top of him, screaming yes. Like nothing. It's not. It's not good.
I'm just glad Cena's not involved in this. I personally, I like this storyline. I think it's one of the best things they've done in years. But at the same time, it's the world title. Like,
They're trying to make it matter by putting Cena in it.
yeah, I mean, so what happens now? Is Cena now a mid-carder, or does that belt actually mean anything? What does it mean? I don't understand.
It's just going to be a shinier mid-card belt.
I don't get it. I don't get like where this has come from. I'm glad, mind you, that he's not in the fucking WWE title match, but
I think maybe Cena is going to take that. You know how CM Punk has never really addressed the whole Triple H situation. I think maybe they're just going to do the Cena thing away on the side somewhere and carry on with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton and all that and Big Show and try and make the world title mean more, because Del Rio's run has just been a
shit
failure.
What?
Really.
I mean, fucking.
He should have never been faced to begin with.
Well, yeah, and also, where the fuck would Cena fall into place with this story? The reason they create this story is because they thought Cena would be out for longer. So he doesn't fit in anywhere with the fucking Daniel Bryan and this fucking whatever the fuck Triple H's fucking group are called. I don't know. They're called
Authority.
That's stupid. So stupid. That's the only other bad part of it as well. Actually, is the fucking name. That's
Oh, someone in the chat, Glenn, just possibly called it. He's thinking maybe Cena wins World Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Bryan maybe in the end wins the WWE title unification match.
What, at Mania?
Probably.
I could buy
If that's what they're going for, I'm all for that. As long as Daniel Bryan wins.
Yeah, but he won't win, and that's the it's just no, he won't win. It's obvious. It's John Cena. It's like they're not going to do that, and I think so. What's the point in unifying the belts anymore?
Because one of them doesn't matter.
But
It might as well not be there. So get rid of it.
Yeah, it's like it's just getting a turd and just smashing it against the fucking belt. Like that's what you're doing. Just unify the Intercontinental title or the US title with the fucking world title or something.
I hate, like, I'm not going to go off on a rant, but I just hate all the titles. It's like you have a world heavyweight title, but there's no weight limit. You have a United States title, even though you don't have to be from the United States to hold the title.
A lot of United States champions
None
are
of it
foreign.
makes sense.
Yeah, I've never understood that. Like,
Or the Intercontinental title, which means every continent, which is
Basically
the
a
world.
world title.
so yeah, what that doesn't make. I've never thought of that. What the fuck? Oh God, stupid.
I mean,
company. What?
I love the idea of a mid-card belt like the Intercontinental Championship. I like that belt, but having like 7 different belts, not okay.
No, I prefer like Ring of Honor, like how they do it. Like they've got a world title, a tag team title, and a TV title, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's all you need. Because then I think the less titles you have, the
more important they are, yeah.
the titles can be. If you have 15 million title belts that every Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry has, then you know what I mean. It's like, well, what's the point?
You know, like every member of the Shield has a championship, but there's like 3 more after that.
When was the last time they defended them?
Yeah, like they've just been props.
This sounds
Yeah.
more and more like Russo. Fucking every time we talk about this fucking title thing. Oh, titles are just fucking props. Like, fuck off, Vince. Speaking of people that have fucked off, or maybe not, we have an update on Hulk Hogan's TNA status. Wrestling.com is reporting that both sides are said to be negotiating a deal, and a source within TNA has noted that TNA President Dixie Carter and Spike TV will ultimately cave into Hogan's crazy demands. It was noted if TNA were to re-sign Hogan, then all the cost-cutting measures and talent releases in the company would be for nothing. For what it's worth, there are many people within TNA that are certain that Hogan will ultimately return to WWE and end his career there, whether it's now or somewhere else in the future.
I'm all for him leaving TNA, but I don't want him coming back to WWE. I want him to just go away.
Well,
I think at least if he goes to WWE, he'll be managed to the point where he's not going to be this overexposed old guy on telly every week. Like they'll just use him in 24/7 and all
He'll
the
be the
extra
one-
DVD crap.
He'll be the one who beats Randy Orton.
the thing is with Hogan in WWE, I think he would just be brought back on like random fucking Monday Night Raws or whatever, and just appear, not be like the authority figure of the company, like on the screen. If they don't re-sign him at the same time, it's like, well, you've just fired a bunch of talented people just to keep his fucking goofy, wrinkled ass. Which, by the way, is everyone seen that fucking wrecking?
I was hoping we weren't going to talk about this.
Had a fucking nightmare last night.
I haven't even seen it. I'm avoiding it.
Don't watch it. Just don't even like fucking. Don't even.
Somebody needs to write him an open letter.
Yes, like Hogan, I don't want to see your wrinkly ass. Literally, I don't want to see it. Why? Why did he seriously think? Oh, let me tell you something, bro. I've got a new thing called Hostomania, bro, and I'm gonna sit on a wrecking ball like Miley Cyrus, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious. I'm like, no, Hulk, brother, dude.
If you go down a list of all the dodgy endorsements that Hogan's done over the years, like, surely if you're a businessman, you got to sit there and go, I don't think this is going to work. Like, he had his vitamin website with all his, say your prayers and vitamin crap, and that never went anywhere. Now it's Hostomania. No, everyone uses HostGator. Go away, Hogan.
Yeah, I don't understand, like, if I was to get, like, a host for a website...
How much are they paying him for the freaking web hosting company?
But it's like, I wouldn't trust Hulk Hogan with running a fucking, like... Why would I trust a wrestler? It doesn't make any sense. It's fucking retarded. What the fuck? It makes no sense. So dumb. Speaking of things, Jeff Jarrett is back in TNA. However, he's back working in TNA as a backstage road agent, according to the Wrestling Observer. Yay?
I don't know what he's done before as a road agent, so I don't know if I should be worried or happy. I don't know.
Well,
I think the TNA guys that have been there a long while respect him, and I think a lot of them probably even want him back in charge. But
I mean, to be honest, and this might be a very controversial thing today. in terms of wrestling, not in terms of life, because this is just bollocks. But I think the most successful era in TNA's history was when Jeff Jarrett was in charge,
I'm gonna have to agree.
because you had like a good X division, a good women's division. You had things that made the company stand out, like the six-sided ring. They were pushing guys like AJ, Joe, Daniels, Petey Williams. So they actually like had a decent roster. Look at TNA now!
Yeah.
Look at it now! It's awful. It's fucking
God,
terrible.
did you see the debut of Lady Tapper or
I-
Tapper?
I fucking-
What?
It was so bad. Like, out of all the gut check women, they could have had Taylor Hendricks and all these other people. They choose her. She's like, she was the worst out of all of them.
She
and
has
she comes
no
out
feeling.
screaming, and then she can't even scream like properly. Oh, it's just so bad.
And I just hate this company. Like, we might as well talk about Hogan and fucking Jeff Jarrett while we're here. It's like, I have no fucking proof. I have no evidence whatsoever for this. But the moment Hogan came in, everything fucked up. Everything really went to shit. Like, we used to just joke TNA is bad, but there were elements of it which were good. Now it's awful, and it's about to die. So, like, I find it's like just a weird coincidence that when he comes in, there's no six-sided ring. They decide to fucking change the set. They decide to fire half the people that are actually decent. Like, why the fuck? What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know. Maybe Hogan is slowly trying to kill TNA so he can go back to WWE because there's nothing left.
I mean, I don't know where. I was just like on forums, and they were like, "Oh, maybe Hogan's leaving because he doesn't want to be in the company when it dies." Because he wasn't in WCW when that thing died. So I mean, like maybe he's just bailing out, or he fucking.
Well, if you look at the way he was written out of the storylines, that awful segment where Dixie Carter hung onto his leg
Yeah.
and begged him to stay. And apparently he has creative control in TNA, so he has the final say of what his character does. So it looks to me like Hulk Hogan deliberately had it set up so TNA's begging him to stay. Like, just what a cock. Like,
He is a complete cock, and the thing is, like, he didn't endorse TNA during that segment. He didn't say, I really love working here. I don't think he said that. He's never plugged fucking TNA. And this is what I mean. I think he just slaps his name on something and is like, I like money. That's it. That's all he does. And he's a leech. And I said last week, he was not last week, like 2 weeks ago, that he was a blood-sucking parasite.
No, yeah, he really is.
Looking back at that, yes, he is.
Yeah, there's no better way to put it. He really does like just suck the energy and money out of a company and then bail out. Apparently, moving on to the next one to drain.
Cunt. So speaking of, wow, that was like that was pretty harsh, but deserving.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson says he is close to signing a new TNA deal. Mr. Anderson, who was written out of TNA storylines recently at the hands of Bully Ray, told the Fourth and Pain podcast, whoever the fuck they are, don't listen to them. They're shit. He's close to signing a new deal.
stop it. They send me press releases.
They're brilliant. We love you. My bad. Yes, he's close to signing a new deal with the company, and he said that his agent and lawyer are currently working on a finer deal, and he enjoyed the way that it was being used creatively before his contract expired.
Basically, this translates to you're going to have less money. Like, basically, you just got to agree to have less money, and by the sounds of it, I don't think he's actually going to come back.
What I take from this is he's the only person, I think, ever right now has just said like, oh, I like the creative direction I've been in this shitty fucking wanky stable that's
Well,
terrible.
yeah, that's because the last thing he was in was a world title match.
Yeah, of course he's gonna say, oh, I loved being in a world title match. That was awesome. What, you know what I mean? It's like
More
giving
of
him
that,
a
please.
incentive to stay.
You've also got to remember that he's not got a chance to go back to WWE because he left after an incident with Randy Orton, and if Randy Orton doesn't want him back, then he's not coming back. So
Yeah, that sucks.
if he leaves TNA, he's basically screwed. I mean, he doesn't really fit the Ring of Honor mold. He could probably go to Japan, but
I'm just hoping like Orton has the attention span of like a rodent so that he can come back to WWE, because I don't like watching him in TNA.
I don't know. For me, he could go back to WWE, but he wouldn't be able to say like asshole and all this shit.
Yeah, but who really cared that much about that part of it?
Well, I mean, I've listened to interviews where he was talk whilst he's been in TNA, and he's like, "Yeah, I love it. You know, I'm able to say asshole, and I can, you know, do whatever I want to do." So, I mean,
yeah, but to me, he's not even. To me, he's a bit like Rob Van Dam, where he came in. It was kind of exciting, but then he just got lazy and didn't really do much.
Yeah, he had that one
I
thing.
mean, if he
with
doesn't
Sting.
care, I don't particularly want to see him. But
Yeah.
but I
That's
mean,
true.
this is also like the first time I think, besides some AJ Styles, where we've actually heard someone might actually re-sign. But like, Bound for Glory is in 2 weeks, right? And their closing segment was Dixie Carter dry humping Hulk Hogan's leg.
Mhm.
What the fuck are they doing? I don't get their fucking existence. Why do they still exist? Bound for Glory is not like their version of WrestleMania. It's just another pay-per-view. They've treated this like it's nothing.
I don't even understand the storyline because AJ Styles is saying I don't have a contract, and Dixie Carter saying you don't have a contract here. So why the fuck is he even on the pay-per-view? I know
He
he
won
won
the
the
Bound for Glory series and he doesn't have a contract?
And I think the point is that they failed to like inform us on the television program is that if he wins the title and he doesn't have a contract, he can do what he wants. And if he loses, then he's gonna have to leave
Wait
the
a
promotion.
minute.
But they've never even made it clear. They're just
wa-
rambling about this stupid contract.
If he wins the title and doesn't have a contract. So basically they're saying, if you don't work for us but somehow win our title, we can't stop you. What does that mean?
That doesn't make any fucking sense. When Punk did it, Punk fucking legitimately fucking didn't have
He won
a
the title
fucking-
under contract, and then the contract expired while he was champion. That was different. This guy
Yeah.
might win while not under contract.
Why? That makes Dixie look so stupid.
What?
Like, you're running this company. You know that this shithead is you don't even he's not even employed by you. He's not even fucking employed. In kayfabe, he's not even fucking employed, but you're just gonna let him fucking be in this stupid wanky tournament that makes no sense. Where you just give him random numbers for no reason, and then like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Brain, engage.
That to me though, that appears to be the crux of the whole storyline. That Dixie Carter is stupid. That is basically what they've tried to put across to us, that she's a bad businesswoman and she doesn't know what's best for business, and Hulk Hogan's great and she's just completely failing.
Yeah, but no, she actually runs the company for real. So if you do in kayfabe, I'm stupid. I mean, that's like Vince going, like it doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck?
Them
No.
embracing that she's stupid is like, yeah, Vince embracing that he's senile. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
That's
Why
the
would you
thing,
do
it's
that?
supposed to be like a worked shoot. But if in real life she's a bad businesswoman and the company looks like it's in the shitter, don't make a work shoot where the company looks like it's in the shitter and she's a bad businesswoman. That doesn't turn the business around, does it?
I don't get it. I mean, why don't you just tell me that WWE's better at this point? Like, I just don't.
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. It's like, Dixie's stupid, go watch the other show.
He even referenced saying I'm better than best in the world. Stop referencing them. Stop
Yeah, it's not
it.
helping.
And she was basically this close from telling AJ Styles that this is best for business. It's a complete rip-off. A shit one.
Yeah.
This TNA's existence is infuriating. Actually, like my housemates now hate TNA, and I've
Good.
only got them into wrestling for like a year, and they hate TNA's existence.
Good.
Fuck this company, seriously. Speaking of AJ Lee is out with concussion symptoms.
Damn it.
WWE Divas, my voice went weird there. WWE Divas champion AJ Lee was sent home ahead of Raw due to concussion symptoms. It is believed that she took a stiff bump in a match at Battleground.
Ah.
Like-
Nah, man, that's like their only good diva.
Which is worrying.
Damn it.
What worries me is that everybody is getting concussions now. So this tells me that before they had this impact testing, everybody was getting concussions and they didn't care.
Yeah. I watched, what was it? It was Beyond the Mat. I watched that again. What a happy fucking movie that is.
Yeah.
And like, when Foley gets twatted in the face like 900 times with a chair, and then he's like laying there on the ground, he's just like, his kids are in front of him and his wife, and he just goes, I'm going to touch you later. And it's just like, Mick, you can't say that.
The funniest part, oh my god, the funniest part of that film, I don't know if you recognize it or whatever, but Jake the Snake Roberts is there in this long jacket. And he just starts picking at this part of his jacket. It's like, what is that? Is that chocolate? It just made me crack up. It's the best part of the whole film.
He's gonna puke!
Oh.
But yeah, back to my original point. Didn't Mick Foley, like, later on in the night come out and get hit in the head again with a fucking chair or something?
I'm not sure, but probably knowing Mick Foley.
When didn't Mick Foley get hit in the head with it?
Yeah, really.
I can't remember.
He can't even take a bump now.
You know what I've done? I've got this confused with the fucking, you know the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker? He gets thrown off, and then gets thrown through the fucking cell. And then he's clearly concussed. You can see he's clearly, like, fucking...
He's a bit more than concussed, but go on.
Well, his tooth is up his fucking nose, for Christ's sake. And, like, he's completely, like, fucked. I guarantee he suffered a concussion that night. And then he came out anyway in the fucking main event to interrupt the Kane and fucking Austin match. And it's like, they clearly didn't care back then. They clearly, like, Mick, are you okay? I'm gonna touch you later. And it's like, yeah, right, come on out, go nuts. What the fuck? Seriously? God almighty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But yeah,
AJ
this.
can bump well. Like, she's
Yeah,
like,
she does. She sells really well. That's something to notice. But when stuff like this happens, when like your only good diva gets injured, this should be one of those wake-up calls that they got to start either making their divas look better, or start bringing up the divas from NXT that are actually good, and start using these people and pushing these people so that when AJ gets injured, they're not screwed.
Yeah, it's like AJ is the John Cena of women, and if AJ gets hurt, like she did now, WWE shits themselves.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. They're like, oh fuck. But since when are the fucking Bella's face, by the way, as well?
Because AJ freaking.
Was it heel promo? Because everyone cheered.
Well, yeah, because she was shitting on Total Divas, but Total Divas is supposed to be a good thing, so when she shit on them, it was basically like everyone in it, whether they were heel or face, is now a face, and they're all aiming at her.
That's another problem with the Daniel Bryan storyline. They decided to just stick her in it and completely like pussy whip him. So she doesn't even defend him. Like Randy Orton's there telling him that he's an ugly goat, and she's just like, yeah, I suppose.
Wow.
What a fantastic fucking girlfriend, or should I say fiance,
Yep.
is fucking Brie Bella, because Brie said yes, yes. Daniel Bryan proposed to his real life girlfriend Brie Bella while hiking in Big Sur, California, and he has this to say: I've never been. No, she said this. I've never in my life seen him so nervous. I've been by him when he's gone out for WrestleMania and done some really big things, Brie told E! Online. He got really, really nervous and started talking about how long we've been together, and then he got down on one knee and compared our love. He said he'd love me forever, like the ocean goes on. So,
I'm sure it
yeah.
sounded better when he said it.
Well, I'm worried when I find a lady and do this that when I do it, she's gonna be like, not sure if serious, and do it again. Like I don't.
Redo the intro, Andy.
Take two.
But no, yeah, good for you. What do you want me to say? I fucking yes. I mean, is he gonna keep the beard?
I
You
hope
think?
so.
I mean, can you imagine the wedding photos? It's just this fucking hobo and like fucking this fucking beautiful woman. What the fuck? Oh, that's
That'd be
gonna
great.
be brilliant. Oh god, I can't wait to see those photos. That's gonna be fucking brilliant.
That's the point. Have you seen the new Triple H DVD where they actually have footage of his real life wedding on the DVD?
Why has he done that?
Because he's trying to sell himself as, he's a nice guy, really. He's not really a bully.
Just doing what's
They
best for
they
business.
really are in love and things like that.
Yes, sure, Paul. Yes, of course. Speaking of Triple H and things, because he was in Evolution, was Mark Jindrak considered for Evolution? It was revealed in the new Triple H DVD that Keelan has just mentioned that former WWE and WCW wrestler Mark Jindrak was originally considered for Batista's role in Evolution. Jindrak, who now wrestles in Mexico as Marco Coloniwani, addressed this on
Nice.
Twitter. I wasn't ready for Evolution at that time in my career. Jindrak admitted this on Twitter. I was immature and Batista fit better. It was mine to lose and I dropped the ball. But since I've matured and understood why I missed that chance, and it's helped me in my career, which ended up in CMLL in Mexico, and then fucking
Yeah, he's a massive star over there.
yeah,
Is he?
he basically then plugs his soap opera show in Mexico, which I can't actually speak any fucking Spanish, so I'm not gonna try.
All right. So,
Mark Jindrak, what the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know. I'm
Were they
not going to
drugs?
lie. I'm not really sure who that is.
Well, he had a good look. He started out in WCW. He was part of that really shit invasion
Oh yeah.
when they had all the
Uh.
new WCW guys that only just debuted on WCW instead of all the names like Sting and Hogan. And he stuck around for a little bit, but yeah.
What was I watching earlier? Oh
I
yeah,
don't
it was the
know.
fucking cage match from SummerSlam doing that stupid angle. They had like who better than Canyon and DDP against
Everybody.
the fucking against the Brothers of fucking Destruction. That is just a metaphor as to why that fucking angle was shit.
Yeah, if there was one star that they did have that could have made it mean something, it was DDP. But instead, they bring him out without his theme music, with some shitty generic theme music and a long black coat. And now he's a stalker of the Undertaker's wife with short hair. It's like, that's not DDP. That's not the person the fans remembered. And it just, bleh.
It's like they bring over Chris Jericho, and it's the biggest thing ever, and then they bring over DDP. It's like, what are you going to do? Let's stalk Undertaker's wife. It's like,
But yeah, they were doing the XFL at the same fucking time. They didn't waste all their fucking money on that wanky, shitty football league. Which, come on, you're American. Did you watch any XFL?
I think it was gone before I was old enough to watch football.
There we go. So
By all accounts, though, like, they did make quite a big impact. Like, the NFL took some of their camera techniques and mic'd the certain things and took.
Oh
their
yeah, tons of
production
people.
things.
If you mention the XFL, tons of people know what it was. It's just it was a disaster and a failure. They made their impact. It just didn't last long.
I remember like watching SmackDown back in the day, and they were just like, on UPN is the fucking Wanky McGee team number 1 and Wanky McGee team number 2, and it's like, I am not American.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
they played up to one country too much, and it backfired.
Yep. Stupid. Speaking of things, Saturday Morning Slam is not returning. The WWE Saturday Morning Slam. Keelan, is it Saturday Morning Slam or is it Sunday?
Saturday.
Did I?
Oh, okay, never mind. WWE's Saturday Morning Slam Kids show is not part of the CW network anymore, as it looks like creative differences have caused it to be axed. It's already been removed from WWE.com listings.
It was a
Did
half-hour show that was rated G. What did they expect was going to happen from that?
I don't understand
Yeah,
how.
they weren't even allowed to do any neck-related moves or.
I was unaware of that. That was just not. That was destined to fail.
How is that ever gonna work? Like, it's wrestling. It's something that is inherently violent. What the fuck?
It's like
I don't know.
if you want to put a Saturday, if you want to put a Saturday morning wrestling show on for kids to watch, fine. But like G, do you know how much that restricts you in a 30-minute time slot? They can't do anything.
It was basically just tons of funk dancing, and that's about it.
It was like one match and a bunch of video packages.
10 don't try this at homes.
Oh.
I'm so stupid. But like, I hate it when over here they'll play like for the house shows and the Raws and Smackdowns that they're gonna have over here in November. They fucking their advert is the most irritating thing in human history because it just goes United Kingdom, United Kingdom, United Kingdom.
Oh,
Why
I
so
got.
many times. You think
I
we're
got-
stupid? Like, it's where the fuck we live.
I got one of those for Tampa once. It was like Tampa, 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 Sunday, Sunday. It's like, oh, stop it.
Is this a thing you do in your country that doesn't have a government for some reason right now?
I don't even want to get started on that, but yeah, like it's mainly a joke. Like it's a joke that like monster truck commercials will like be Sunday, Sunday, Sunday at the Mega Super Ultra Dome, and so now the WWE actually uses that for commercials, I guess.
God almighty, it's so annoying, and like the TNA advert is like, come see all of our wrestlers, like Mister Mickey Hulk Hogan.
Jeff Hardy, oh, he's banned from flying anywhere but where he lives.
What a fucking joke! What a fucking like WWE. I can let them get away with that because they're trying, bless them, but they're trying too hard. And then you got TNA that's like, yeah, you want to see all of your favorite superstars? Nope, you can't see any of them. Instead, here is Gunner.
Yeah. Can I ask where that tag team originated with Gunner and James Storm? How does that? How?
I fucking can't remember.
I think it was something to do with, we both like to fight. Let's be partners.
So, what is that? That's like Finlay and Sheamus teaming up. That doesn't make any sense.
I hate TNA's existence. When was the last time they defended those belts?
I don't know. I never even saw them win it.
I don't even know who the fuck is champion in this company. Who's the fucking their women's champion?
Sally?
ODB.
ODB?
Why?
She
I
had
thought
to
she
beat
was like-
Mickey James because she was leaving. So
Why?
Isn't she
Now,
like...
the women's division is ODB, Lady, Tap, her, and Velvet Sky.
That's gotta be the worst. That is literally the worst roster in wrestling history. Like, I'm gonna go on their website right now and fucking look at it because it's gotta be.
It's alright though because Ethan is debuting. Ethan, everybody.
Oh, that kid from my science class? Who's Ethan?
What the fuck is an Ethan? What is that?
They've signed Derek Bateman from NXT.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake!
and they named him
Jesus fucking
Ethan?
Christ.
That's what.
And they called him Ethan.
They don't even give him a last name?
Well, I think his character is that he's this really arrogant kind of fashion guy.
Well, like, I'm too good for a last name, arrogant?
Yeah, I'm Ethan.
Just call him Barry or something then, for fuck's sake. Like, what a wanky fucking... Dave Lagana is an idiot. There you go, I said it.
They're supposed to be bringing in fresh faces and the best talent in the world. They've got all these indie stars that are just itching to, like, show themselves on television.
They should hire that Joey Ryan guy. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
like the thing that worries me is either they really have no idea who's good and who isn't, or they can no longer even afford top indie stars, and they have to bring in literally
Ethan.
rookies like Lady Tapper or Ethan.
Abyss is television champion.
Still,
What the fuck? Abyss hasn't appeared on fucking. He's Joseph Park.
you're
He's a
looking at
fucking
you.
lawyer.
You're looking at the roster right now. Let me ask you something. Are ODB and Eric Young still the like transsexual tag team champions?
Oh, the transsexual tag team champions are no longer a thing, apparently.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was discontinued.
Good.
Wow, this roster is really bad. Like, fuck me.
Did it get
Who
smaller?
in the fuck is Jesse Gunners?
Jesse Gunners? On top of,
He's the
is he a separate
Robbie
person than
Eads.
Gunner?
Yes.
Jesus.
Why do all these people have beards? Who is Sam Shaw?
A
What?
skateboardery dude.
Has their roster gotten worse since the last time we looked?
Why is Rampage Jackson still on this roster page? He's not even. They fucking pulled him from fucking TNA events because they were like, oh, LOL, MMA people need to train maybe for their fights.
Huh.
What the fuck is wrong with this? I know, I can tell you what the fuck's wrong with this roster. It's fucking tiny.
Do they still have Rockstar Spud?
Yes.
No, they don't ever use him for some reason.
They don't use him. I
Still say that's one of the worst wrestling names I've ever heard.
He's a potato.
It's about as bad as Cheeseburger.
Oh god. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about TNA anymore. It's making me actually depressed. So Bound for Glory is.
So we're gonna talk about more TNA.
I don't. Yeah. You know what? I think this is probably a natural way to end the show. I've run out of energy. But
We're really
yeah.
not filled out on time though.
Oh god. How much time have we got?
We were only like 40 minutes into the actual show.
Wow. Fuck.
Do we have nothing else?
Well, what this week has been so shit for news. Like we've got through everything because there is no news. There's literally no goddamn news.
Is
It's
there
like
anything going on in
this
Ring of
week-
Honor?
Ring of Honor is. I don't know. It's
Ring of
back-
Honor isn't Ring of Honor anymore.
No,
No, that's sad.
it's Ring of Sinclair Broadcasting. I read somewhere that the American Wolves were like, yeah, we went to the performance center and they were gonna get signed. Well, they thought they were gonna get signed or something, and they're like, oh well, they don't want us anymore. But they were like, yeah, they really liked us, and I'm like, no, I don't know.
It's now confirmed that Rob Van Dam's contract is part-time, where he takes a break after 90 days of
Oh, for goodness.
competition, and then he has so many weeks off and comes back and does it all again.
For fuck.
So he'll never be able to like get a title or be anything serious because
Well, I guess he could.
he's going to be disappearing.
He could win it for like a month, but there'd be no point to that. They wouldn't do
But
that.
I don't want a title on him. I don't
Yeah.
want a title on him.
I mean, I was actually rooting for him over Del Rio because Del Rio sucks right now. But if that's the case with his contract, then there'd be no point.
Why didn't they turn Ricardo Rodriguez and cheat him out of the match instead of just having him lose?
Maybe because once someone smashes your head in between some steel steps, you probably don't want to help them.
That's a good point.
I just feel like these part-timers need to just go away because it's just like it's not beneficial. And what worries me is WrestleMania because there's been reports that Lesnar's coming back for about that time. So Taker will be back, Jericho will be back, The Rock might be back, and it's like, oh great, hooray. A
Oh,
bunch of part-timers to take the spots of, I don't know, people that have worked there for the fucking full duration of the year, like Daniel Bryan.
speaking of WrestleMania and The Undertaker, I don't know if this was something that he said while in character, but apparently Ryback wants to fight The Undertaker.
Oh, no.
They can't do that.
No, they can't. I mean, they can, and they most likely would, but they shouldn't.
I really don't want that to happen. At this point, I don't want Taker around. maybe for like WrestleMania 30, it makes sense because I had an OCD thing about the numbers. I still do, but it's like I would just prefer after WrestleMania 30 if Taker just fucked off forever, like just falls off the face of the earth.
There's not really anyone left for him to face, and there's no one over enough to ever beat him right now. There's no one you can look on the roster and say, oh, they could possibly beat the Undertaker, unless they go with Cena. But that's just it's too obvious, and it's just no, don't do it.
I mean, the only person I could think could be maybe Bryan.
Yeah, but I'd rather Bryan wasn't in the Taker picture so much as the title picture at WrestleMania.
It's I just don't know if Taker should wrestle again after 30 because it's like he's old. I mean, like every time he does that jump out of the fucking ring and almost lands on his head every single time.
Every time it gets closer and closer to him ending up in a wheelchair.
Oh, he's gonna paralyze himself one of these days. It's gonna be bad. I don't want to see that.
Did he do it last year?
Actually, I don't think he did.
Oh no, I think he tried to and Hunter.
Hunter?
No, it wasn't Hunter. What am I on about? I think
he fought Punk. No, I don't think he did it against Punk.
That WrestleMania was so pointless. I forgot if he even existed.
But that WrestleMania did suck. But his match with Punk was awesome. Punk's got 2 Match of the Year candidates so far this year.
It wasn't as good as what everyone says it was.
Are you? No, shut up.
Shut up! Don't tell me to shut up. I put you on this show, damn it.
Liam asked me on the show.
It wasn't the best Undertaker Mania match,
no.
But it was
no, not the best.
One of the best on the card.
It was definitely the best match of the night.
I don't know. I prefer like Michaels and Taker. I always thought that one was better.
Oh yeah, that's a better Undertaker match. I'm just saying, out of WrestleMania 29, that was definitely the best match.
Yeah, Rock and Cena, that was just finish.
It was a move-for-move replica of WrestleMania 28. If you go back and watch both those matches side to side, it's almost move-for-move the same match.
Yeah,
just with a lot more finishers in it.
Oh yeah, speaking of things, the fucking WWE 2K14 game. They fucking did a stream and they told the entire world what their creative mode is gonna look like, and it looks fucking awesome. It looks like the greatest fucking thing ever.
It looks promising for sure. Because anyone who's played these games knows that the creator wrestlers look really stupid, and like no matter how hard you try, they just do not look good. So they're kind of fixing that this year by giving you preset heads of already existing wrestlers. Like there's Punk, Cena, Bryan, I don't remember the other ones. There's Edge, I think. There's 14 of them. And
that's good.
Yeah, and you can customize it from there. You can make custom attires from there. You can like make like a different kind of CM Punk, like a different era of Punk, other than the one that's already in the game.
It literally is. It's amazing. And like in every other game, they've had 50 slots, and this year they have 100.
That I don't care about. I've maybe downloaded 20 at the most ever.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good thing to admit on the internet. Yes, it is. So basically, my housemates and I have created a load of characters. They are like the most hideous things you've ever seen in your lives. Like we got like a purple alien with really long arms because the body morphing in that game does not make sense. You can make their arms really, really long and really fat, but they're still really thin.
Yeah.
It's hideous. It's fucking like all of our characters got fucked up morphing like they were in some fucking tragic fucking radioactive accident. And you're telling me I can create 100 of these fucking derpy twats? Yes! And then I can
big Royal Rumble.
Oh my god, it's yes. And we can have fucking custom belts, like actual belts. You could make a fucking belt this year. Do you realize the amount of stupid shit we are going to create on this fucking game?
Yeah, you can use paint tool. You can use paint tool images on your custom belts now, which.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Like, you know what? I actually like this game, and I'm going to end up buying it, I think.
Well, I have to buy it for Let's Play
Well,
reasons, but
yes, you
I
have a
like.
let's play to do. If you don't buy it, we fire you. It's not
Yeah, but
difficult.
okay, I'm buying it, so shut up. But
Okay, good.
what I was gonna say is, since I have to buy it, at least now it looks like it's gonna be less painful than at least last year's game.
Yeah, I was like, can I do this? No, why is this taking so long? Um,
Oh, please tell me the servers won't be awful.
yeah, that's the thing I was gonna mention though. Like, if the fucking servers don't work,
Like with Grand Theft Auto
uh,
Online, it makes sense that they didn't work at first because there's literally way too many people playing it at once. With this game, it's not that popular,
yeah,
so they don't have that
no
much of an
excuse.
excuse.
I think I tried the GTA Online twice, and in total, in terms of actually playing the game, I think I've done about 20 minutes.
My first time trying it, I got in, but there was nothing to do. I later realized that you're supposed to go through this mandatory cutscene and first couple of missions. None of that happened when I first got in. What happened was
Yeah.
I spawned in midair behind the like Hollywood sign, fell to the ground, and was just able to run around. There was no missions. There was nothing but me and 15 other people just running in circles.
Right, my housemates have got the game, or one of my housemates has got the game, and they want to play tennis in the game, right?
Okay.
I can't play tennis. It won't allow me to play tennis.
What do you mean? It just
It's a
won't
basic feature of this fucking game.
like it won't
Sort
activate,
it
or you're
out.
not a high enough level? Like what do you mean?
I don't know. Like, he could go to the tennis courts and see some blue fucking thing he can stand in. He starts playing tennis on his fucking own, and I'm like, what a wanky hell is going on? I can't see this shitty thing.
Hmm. Maybe the tennis court was taken and you couldn't go in that one?
But the thing is, though, like, I the online. I don't know if it works now. I know there's been an update,
It's gotten
but
better.
like, I don't know. I'll try again probably later.
There's
But
news of like characters and cache getting deleted, but there's ways around it.
I
How do they do it? Because surely by now they could set up some kind of peer-to-peer where the more people, the faster it is. Like,
I imagine so, but I don't know. I mean, if anyone had
hmm.
the money to do something like that, it'd probably be Rockstar. But
well, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
THQ when they were around couldn't fucking run a shitty little wrestling game. They
Yeah.
couldn't do their online. So I'm gonna pray to God that 2K, because they have other franchises that use online, that
Yeah.
it's actually gonna work.
I'm hoping that it's at least functional. Maybe not perfect, but at least it works.
Yeah, I'm really worried about this game as well, in the sense that they've added a load of new stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of new stuff, new features, new fucking moves, fucking this new 30 years of WrestleMania mode, which doesn't make sense because at this point we've only had 29.
Yeah, I think they've said they're gonna
Like,
explain the 30th later, but as of now, that still doesn't make any sense.
I'm hoping it's free DLC.
Oh,
I'm praying it's free because you can't claim on the fucking box that you have 30 years of WrestleMania when you only have 29.
yeah.
But like, there's so many glitches in the fucking game now. If all they've done is added new stuff to something that is broken, it's still broken.
Yeah.
So to fucking fix it first. I'm praying to God they fixed it, because if I have to fucking watch Hunico fucking come out on his stupid bicycle, and the guy is 18 million feet in the fucking air, and he's somehow hovering down onto his bike, I am going to be so annoyed because they haven't done anything. They've just fucking took something broken, instead of like taping it up or trying to fix it, or getting rid of whatever the fuck is causing it to break, just adding more stuff on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's already clear that some of the stuff they've added is very lackluster and generic. Like, they've added commentary during entrances, but unless you're playing 30 years WrestleMania mode, it's typically very generic, stupid commentary.
Yeah, I've seen that. And the worrying thing I have as well is it's good for like all the superstars. Like, when Punk comes out, he obviously says it's club ring time, and then you also got like Titus O'Neil who goes like, hoo 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 thing.
Okay, what is that sound you're making?
That's Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound like a deflating walrus when he does it.
How am I? What? I'm not.
He's barking. He's not a hooing.
It's a bark. You're going like,
Who? See, I can do it.
that's awful. That
It
is
is awful.
no,
Good.
no. Your version of it is awful.
Make it move. Hoo hoo hoo. It's
Oh
brilliant.
my god.
Why are you like?
Because that's
Sound
not
like
even
Tony
close.
Atlas.
I don't sound like fucking Tony Atlas.
You really
Tony
do.
Atlas is,
That's like the same sound.
It's different.
You're just going ha ha versus hoo hoo.
I mean,
Otherwise, it's the exact same
yeah,
sound.
Tyson Hill is fucking retarded if he just fucking stood there and went like,
Let's face it, Andy isn't like 7 foot tall and black, so I don't
Oh,
think it's
but
really
you can
gonna
at
help.
least like actually make a barking sound.
I'm doing it. It's
Oh
brilliant.
god.
Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move. See, I can do this shit. It's great.
Oh
Come to a
man.
wrestling thing with me, it'd be fun. But yeah, if you create like a superstar, and if I give my character, say, the Titus O'Neil a hoo 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 thing because I'm so good at it, does that mean I'm gonna sound like Titus O'Neil and start going a hoo hoo hoo?
You might actually make the sound he makes, but I don't know if you can add
That's
sounds to your
weird.
entrance.
How is this gonna work? Like, I don't get it.
That'd be interesting to see if you can add sounds to your thing. But then, like, you'd automatically have Punk's voice or Titus O'Neil's voice. That'd be weird.
I'm worried about that because a bunch of people are like, what's gonna happen? Like, I'll just do like it's club ring time, and then fucking, I don't know. It's not gonna make any sense.
Maybe it's if you do that animation, it'll automatically put the sound in for. I don't know.
I'm hoping not.
I've never really enjoyed the create modes. I mean, I always think it takes too long.
I never
You
make
get
my own
bored.
wrestlers. I always download wrestlers because I'm awful at making them.
Oh, I'm awful at making them. I just make really ugly, weird things. We made a character called Barry. He's pretty much. I'm gonna put this in a politically correct. No, I can't. He's a retard, basically.
Okay.
He's the but I love the create mode because it doesn't make any sense. But it's so you can do anything. You could literally get the guy's eyes and put them together, like so that he's looking at his own nose all the time. It's brilliant.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've never been into making the wacky stuff. I've usually, if I ever tried to make it, I'd go for realistic. But I'm so bad at it that I just don't ever touch it.
Oh, realism is boring. Why do I want? Why
Because
would you want?
Because I try to add people to the roster that aren't on the roster. I don't try and make Barry. I try and make like Chris Hero or something. But I'm awful at it, so I just download it instead.
Who wants Cassius Ono when you can have Barry? It's brilliant.
I mean, it's a good point. They should probably get Barry on Raw.
Do you ever make yourself?
The only
No.
the only serious character I've made is me.
I don't make myself because any creative people I make or download, I typically put in my universe mode, and I don't want to have like me versus Punk.
Oh yeah, I tried doing universe mode once, and it just came up. It kept coming up with like fucking Epico versus Primo. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, like I'll have tag teams fighting each other. It makes no sense.
I love how that one was like, fucking overseen by Paul Heyman, and it was like shit. I'm like, Paul obviously had no influence over this. He obviously had influence over the storyline, but not how the fuck it works.
Yeah, and universe moments don't ever happen. I can't get a single one. And they were supposed to be like, we have more and they're more common and you'll get more diverse ones. It's like, well, I can't even get one, so you're just a bunch of liars.
Yep, they are lying shits.
So that's great. I guess, if you want to wrap up now.
Great. So, yeah, this has been a really slow news fortnight. Sorry. I mean, Hogan, we don't know what's going on with Hogan. Besides from being a blood-sucking parasite. So, this is probably the natural end to the show. I have been Andy Quab.
I've been Carmine Antonelli.
And I've been WrestlingPundit.com editor Keelan Balderson.
So thank you all for watching, and we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Liam might be here. Goodbye.